It's snowing this morning, it's blowing a gale at the moment, but otherwise all is peace and quiet. But in a few hours' time, the place will be seething with activity as it awaits the biggest sporting confrontation ever staged in this state. It's the final of the NCAA, the American College Basketball Tournament. Now, preparations have been going on upwards of a year. Tickets have been changing hands for up to $1,000 apiece. Now, the final is between Houston, the Cougars, and North Carolina State, the Wolfpacks. Now, anyone who saw last week's program will vouch for Houston's incredible power as they brushed aside Louisville. They're unbeaten now.
In the backcourt, Derek Wittenberg and Sidney Lowe. Houston's going to have a lot of difficulty shutting down the long-range shooting.
The Cougars and North Carolina State, the Wolfpack. And to have a look at that final, we've enlisted the help of a special guest, a man who first made his name at the pit, the basketball court of the University of New Mexico.
What a pleasant surprise. Come all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico to see the championship of American basketball. And who do we encounter but the superstar of English basketball, Russ Saunders. Russ, I understand that you played here at the University of New Mexico during the years 77 through 79. What were your playing years like here?
Through those 2 years, we had the most productive years for the university. We were 24-4 and led the nation in scoring and ranked number 4th in the country.
And tonight we're going to witness a super match between two finalists in the NCAA, the Houston and North Carolina State. How do you see that matchup?
I see the key being for North Carolina State, the guards controlling the tempo of the game, and for them to pack their zone in and force Houston to shoot jump shots, whereas Houston wants to go down low to Akeem and Drexler and play their power game. But if NC State can keep Houston shooting jump shots, then they have a chance.
And a prophecy from you. Who's going to win tonight?
Houston.
And one interesting question for the fans in England, are you going to be coming back to show us your wears and tears again in the league next year?
Yes, I've signed the contract right after the Wembley tournament, and I'll be back.
So now the NCAA final. Houston in white, North Carolina State in red. We're early in the second half. NC State in front, 33-31. 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone in the second half. And there is the coach for NC State, Jim Valvano. And there his opposite number, Guy Lewis. And here's Valvano's favourite man, Sidney Lowe. The man who says, Valvano says, is the definition of a point guard, Sidney Lowe. Here's Bailey. Charles under the basket. Young with him, and Young does a good job there. Feeds Olajuwon, and away comes Franklin. Anders. Quick offense there. Akeem. 2 more points for Akeem Olajuwon. Up to 14. Not known as a great shooter, but he's doing all right there.
He's doing well. He's picked up a great deal of footwork. And the other point that we've omitted up to now is he's got 13 rebounds. He had 11 in the first half. That's super rebounding.
33 apiece. The scores are tied, and Houston are delighted. What can NC State do about it now? This was the period everybody was worried about. The Houston fans are up on their feet as they see the challenge to Wittenberg. And they've got the ball away on a steal. Here comes Franklin. Telling him to shoot. They shouldn't have. Houston are in the lead.
And notice that we haven't heard anything from Thurl Bradley up to now. I know that Wittenberg and Lowe are going to be looking for him. He's got to come back to life. Thurl Bradley, 41 in red, has to come out from under the coffin.
Oh, great shot there from Wittenberg. Been a little bit off so far, only 6 points in the match. And there you see the zone defense, 35 apiece. That's
bet you in about 5 minutes, if this game continues as is, we won't be able to hear ourselves in here. 17,500 people are going to go absolutely bonkers.
For 2 hours before the start of this match, they were in here making a noise.
And you see how our team, just his presence, causes the guards to pass back out. They'll penetrate and won't get that shot off.
Anders, adjudged to have double dribbled.
Good call. Bobano seems a lot relieved. Let's take a close look at it. Ball pitched out to him. Oh, yeah, definitely. He knocked it down when he received it, picked it up, and dribbled again.
Low, here's Wittenberg. Great defense again from Houston. The momentum has changed. Here's Anders. Oh, he's missed a slam dunk. And he's hurt himself in the process. But he's hurt his pride more than anything else. He hates to miss those.
That's exactly what it was, Simon. You saw him look up and he smiled a little bit. Look at him. He's about to come in. 2-on-1. Gets the return pass. Powers upward. And there's a foul. And he's just a hair off. That really hurts your pride.
And Sidney Lowe might have put him that hair off, but just a little nudge, perhaps he went up. He's adjudged to have fouled him anyway. 2 fouls against Sidney Lowe. And Anders will go up in the act of shooting, obviously, to go to 2. Playing only 11 minutes a game, still averaging 5.8 points for those games.
One of the reasons that Houston are not getting their customary dunks, there's 2 big men on the bench there, Lucio and Clyde, sitting out. But one of the reasons that Houston is not getting their attempts to dunk is because NC State is going back on defense very, very well.
Hakeem touching away with a rebound. Williams, Hakeem. Williams, oh, he missed too badly there. Young at half court. Franklin, the crowd on their feet, willing Houston on. And for a moment, Houston can bide their time. Young. Foul there against Brian Williams, I think.
It was.
His second team foul and the second of the half for Houston.
In actual fact, it was his second foul and the second team foul.
Wittenberg. There you see the pattern of the players. Wittenberg shields the ball, comes up half court, finds Bailey. Here's Lowe.
And here we on the screen, we get a good look at the matchup down low. You see Lorenzo and Young struggling for position. Look at Young, Lorenzo spread his arms. Now you had McQueen positioning himself. State taking a lot of time. Bailey up top. Ball finally down to Charles.
And a foul, I think another one against Williams. He's only been on, what, 3 minutes? 3 fouls against him.
Let's look at it. The ball is dumped down low to Charles. He immediately looks in. He's trying to make a power move inside. Look at Hakeem come over. And that's how he's been intimidating so many plays. Look at Hakeem. He's in perfect position to block that shot.
There's Williams. 3rd personal foul already.
But Williams has done his job well. He was sent in just to do that, to play a physical, strong game, hit the backboard. Anders is going out.
And in is Reed Geddes, the good shooter. Low. Bailey tipped away by Olajuwon. How he got up to that, heaven only knows.
That was a super block.
And Boo's ringing right round the court. Something happening off the ball, I think. But Olajuwon takes no notice. 2 more for him, and Houston have a 3-point lead.
That's 16 points for Olajuwon. But again, you can't underestimate him. 16 points, about 14 rebounds, and already about 5 block shots.
And the shot's not going in at the moment for NC State. And Houston on a charge. Williams, Franklin. Low with him.
And look at those shooting statistics for the second half. 1 for 7 for NC State, and that's the problem. They can't buy a basket.
It's Geddes. Franklin. Williams. They can. Michael Young, in fact, it was. 4 points for Michael Young. And the lead is 5. And what a change round it's been at the start of this second half. And there's Jim Valvano, a lot of pressure on him at the moment, giving the referees a hard time, as well he might. He feels a judge, he feels aggrieved, and there's Guy Lewis, who's a lot happier at the moment with the man who's done so well since he came on, Benny Anders.
Behind every great painter, there's a great paint. And behind Magicoat's brilliant whites in vinyl silk and vinyl matte, there's a great offer. An extra 20% free at unit sales. Magicoat's brilliant whites with 20% extra, free, at £3.99 for 3 litres, while stocks last.
Here are just some of the reasons why more businessmen in Britain, Europe, and North America are buying Canon. Reasons that have made Canon the #1 choice in plain paper copiers. So if you're disappointed with your copier, Canon could have the right one for you. Just the reason for ringing 01200 0200 right now.
Make your natural hair colour a shade more daring with new glints from Clairol.
Is a commutator a political fanatic, a machine, or a kind of detonator? Look it up in the new Oxford Illustrated Dictionary, published in weekly parts with thousands of colour illustrations bringing the names of objects and ideas, people and places vividly to life. In just 2 volumes, the new Oxford Illustrated, a combined dictionary and basic encyclopedia, and the best work of its kind in the world. Just republished. Get part 1 now.
So, 13 minutes left in this national collegiate final here at the pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And what a match we have, and what a climax we have in store, with Houston, the favourites, coming back from behind and now 5 points in the lead. But NC State not finished yet. Bailey, rebound once again from that man, Hakeem Olajuwon. Franklin, Young, Getty. Tip away with Charles and Williams. And Houston once again getting that little bit of luck, as the team in form always seem to do.
And there's some interesting statistics. First half, the rebounds are virtually equal. The second half, Olajuwon, not Houston, Olajuwon has dominated both backboards.
13-2, and there's Olajuwon again. And Charles picks it up. That's their third rebound of the half. And they make it so.
And that's the second time that Lowe's looking definitely for Bailey. Bailey, we haven't heard from in the second half. 15 big points in the first half, none up to now. That's why Williams is doing an excellent job.
Yes, he's with him all the time. There you see on the left of your screen. Williams and Bailey. It's man-to-man stuff there. McQueen. Lowe. There's Bailey. Williams with him again. Lowe Wittenberg on the far side, but they're stopping that shot. Bailey, good defense here from Houston. McQueen. And tremendous rebounding again from Olajuwon.
You know, you can't use an adjective like tremendous. It's awesome. The man is taking everything off the backboard. And quickly, I would have to say that because he's been practicing with the super rebounder here in America, Moses Malone, Moses has definitely passed on the secret to this young man.
Hard to believe he's playing only his second year in college basketball. Only took the sport up 4 years ago, was a soccer player, and many people think that's the reason for his incredible balance. There he is again. Tip over. But this time, McQueen just gets a finger to it.
Nice response by McQueen. Up to now, Olajuwon has scored about 6 to 8 points on that move. Now he's going to take him on himself. Look at that physicalness under the basket. 10 minutes left to go, and it's going to get a lot stronger.
Young, the man there, who finally took it away. Franklin. Geddes on the far side, and you can see Houston have the confidence and the time now to slow it down. And there's the hero himself, Hakeem. Franklin. Hakeem Olajuwon. Fell short there, but I think he got the foul. He comes towards Franklin, who congratulates him. The foul against Cozell McQueen. There he is. And onto the court now comes Clyde Drexler. 4 fouls, played no part in the second half, and it's extraordinary that without him, Houston has done so well.
And you have to give credit. There's the credit right there. Brian Wims on the bench. He came in, he played very physical ball, cut Thurl Bradley completely out, and Olajuwon has picked up the offensive strength. 17 points, 17 rebounds, 7 block shots, 10 minutes left to go.
What a player. And even the free throws. Many people thought shooting was one of his few weaknesses, but even the free throws are going in.
No weaknesses here in this young man. This young man is a beautiful, long, black lollipop.
42 points to 35. Houston in front. There's Wittenberg. Beats McQueen. Again, fantastic rebounding. But McQueen gets a second bite at the cherry and gets a bit of luck.
And look at the strength from this Houston side. Listen to this replay. Hakeem's tremendous direct elevation. Comes back down and then goes back up again. That's Moses Malone. And quickly, who is Moses Malone? He is the #1 professional player central in the United States teaching a team how to play basketball.
Right, alone in the NBA Pro League now with the Philadelphia 76ers. Shooting to earn $1 million a year.
That's all. Larry Michaud is back on, number 40. Field goal percentage, again, very low, atrociously low for NC State in the second half. But they're not out of it. 7 points, they can come alive still.
Franklin. And it seems a long, long time since we had a basket from NC State. Here's Geddes. Play the game, shout the supporters.
You heard it too, Simon. And even though you're allowed to stall the ball, they don't want to see it in the championship game of the United States.
But it's exactly the tactics that NC State were applying earlier on. And there's the basket they were looking for. And he can breathe a sigh of relief just for a moment. Wittenberg with 2 points. 37 to 42. 8 minutes, 58 seconds on the clock. Defense, shout the Houston crowd.
Look at Guy Lewis at the top of your screen with his Charlie Brown blanket. He's up off his feet, pulling his pants up. The pressure is definitely mounting.
Drexler. Young. A rare mistake from Young. Franklin, ever alert. Gannon with him. Geddes. Olajuwon, McQueen went up, but he would have been goaltending and it went in anyway. 4 points for Geddes.
There's Olajuwon getting a breather, literally. A bottle of oxygen is kept near the benches. There's 16,000 feet elevation here. Or is it 11,000?
I think
it's 5,000.
It's 5,000.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Johnny.
But it feels like 16,000 when you're out in that court.
Well, you know, I've had a bit to drink.
Gannon. Here's Wittenberg. Again, a long-range shot. Arching up. They give him another chance. He doesn't miss that time. And they're going to rely on him an awful lot.
Got to. They cut Bailey off. They've got to have that outside threat. Lowe comes to life.
He doesn't dare shoot. And Gannon draws the foul on Reed Geddes. And that's Geddes' third foul.
Geddes very upset. Lost the inbound pass. He inbounded the pass. Not paying heads-up ball. Lowe gets it. Ball is dished over to Gannon. Sometimes you just can't help but losing.
Timeout called by the Houston coach, Guy Lewis. Suddenly the lead drifts back to 5, but they're still doing pretty well. There he is, Lewis. Team lead 44 to 39. 7 minutes, 38 seconds left on the clock. Russ, just a momentary surge for NC State. Do you think it's a sign of things to come with Wittenberg getting those outside shots?
Yes, well, they need the outside shots from him because he's one of their key players. They depend on him to hit that shot. But NC State seems to be picking up the intensity on defense. And I think Houston, by slowing the ball up, kind of lost the momentum a little bit. They're not a slow-up team. So they kind of played into NC State hands. They have to keep running at NC State and putting the pressure on them. But NC State is a good ball club. They have battled back the whole NCAA tournament, and they're a team with character.
Yes, so is the coach, Jim Valvano. He won't take this line down. They'll be at it all the way through these last 7 minutes, 38 seconds.
Yes, this game will go down to the wire because whenever you're in a championship game, it's too much emotion flying for one team to just blow the other out.
And there is the hero of the hour, Akeem Olajuwon, along with Benny Anders. There's the elevation, 5,200 feet above sea level here. And if you think basketball is tough at sea level, see the stuff that these players have to go through. So the foul by Reed Geddes brings Terry Gannon to the free throw line. Now in his second year. Season's average 7.3, 5.2 in the NCAA. But they need him to get these shots. And there's Guy Lewis, the coach, willing that ball to get in the basket, and it does. 4 points to lead, 44 to 40. Under 8 minutes left. Drexler, anxious to make his impression on this final. Sensational match he had in the semi-final. A man reputed to have already turned down a pro offer. But 1 more year left. What a player he'll be after the end of another year. Anders. Messy stuff. Geddes. Drexler feeds Anders.
And that was a super smart play by Gannon. Touched the ball and only the ball. Anders very upset with it. Nice give and go. Drexler cuts into the middle. Anders drives down to the middle. Watch Gannon. Just on the ball. Beautiful.
And Wittenberg with Rose all over him.
That's what we mentioned earlier. This young man is pure hustle.
And there, the coaches, such concentration, such emotion. They've gone through so much in this last few weeks to get to these final 2 places. But how dearly they'd love to win it. Jim Valvano never won the title.
Nor has Guy Lewis. Beautiful check again by Akeem.
Yes, North Carolina State's been in the final only once before. That was in '74. They won it. Houston, on the other hand, have been in the last 4 3 times in the last 4 years and never been in the final. 3 times in the last 4. I apologize. In the final 4 last year, got beaten. In '68, got beaten, and also in '67. Never reached the final 2. This is the first time. Here's Lowe. Good shooting from Lowe. Suddenly come to life on the outside shot.
And that's what they need. They've got 3 guards in there, and they've got to blow Houston out of that zone. The pressure is definitely mounting. I mean, you can keep saying that about pressure, but we haven't seen anything yet. 6 minutes left to go. Wait another 3 minutes. We won't be able to hear ourselves in this pit.
Drexler. Geddes. Drexler, though, has got to be careful. 4 fouls against him. And they'll put pressure on him, although not at the moment. They're giving him space to do something. Franklin.
They're really looking to give space to Hakeem down low. Drawing that defense out, eat the clock up, and go for that easy basket.
Here's Drexler. Geddes. Drexler slowing the pace down, but they're really playing NC State's game, as Russ was mentioning earlier.
People beginning to boo.
But it pays off. There's Franklin, 2 points to him. 46-42. 5 minutes, 19 seconds left in this final. Gannon. Below. Look at them. Willing low to shoot. But Gannon does. And right in the hoop it goes. 2 points it's down to again. And again, this slow build-up. Something we're not used to from Houston. They were devastatingly quick in the semi-final. Franklin. And Gannon, in a desperate effort to get the ball from him, smacks his hand or wrist. And that's his foul, second foul, fourth team foul against NC State. 5 so far against Houston. Remember, 6 is the crucial number. Drexler. Franklin. Olajuwon. 20 points, Olajuwon already. Who do you think will respond best to the pressure, Miles?
Well, in actual fact, I have to go with Houston right now. And there's a big rebound. They're slowing it down, playing very smart offense. They're showing that they really are a #1 team. They can adjust. That's an interesting statistic. The forward line or the front line of NC State has scored no points this half, whereas Houston has scored 15. And of that 15, I would have to go with at least 10 to Olajuwon.
Third foul against the man on your screen there, Terry Gannon. 5th team foul against NC State. 5 also against Houston. 48-44. What a climax to the season. Franklin.
And you know, this young man has had something to prove. It was stated that as a freshman, he shouldn't be here. He's distributing that ball. Young is going to go to the line after a super baseline jump shot. Houston is playing a type of game that they're not noted for. Let's look at this. Franklin is distributing the ball very well. Gets the ball down low to Young on the baseline. He's a powerful 6'8" forward that lofts it up and draws the foul.
And I have a feeling that that sort of move in England might have been called a charging foul.
Possibly, but you know, Simon, we've got to keep trace with our referees, so let's not say that about the English referees.
But it's a different kind of attitude, I think.
It is. That was a joke, Simon.
Just tell me. Drexler tips it out. And Sidney Lowe with the sideline ball. As Gannon goes off. Bailey and Charles, the big men in at the moment with McQueen. And a timeout. Timeout called, I think, by the Houston bench. 6 in front they are, 50 points to 44. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left on the clock.
Do you come to ATS for tyres?
Yes.
Tyres you trust?
Yes.
Like the brand new MX, an even better tyre from Michelin.
Ah, oui.
Incredibly low prices.
Yes.
For any car?
Yes.
Cash and credit cards at all 400 branches.
Yes.
Are we quick?
Yes.
Would you say we're specialists?
Yes.
So, low prices, great value?
Yes.
We say yes at ATS. Would you go anywhere else? No.
On days like these,
Telstar presents 20 great Italian love songs on one beautiful album. Featuring the best-selling single, Save Your Love, Plus Volare, Che Sarà Sarà, Ave Maria, and many, many more. Capture the romance and charm of Italy on 20 great Italian love songs from Telstar at your record store now.
What is the capital of Brazil?
Quartz.
No, Brasilia. What chemical element is represented by the letter H?
Quartz.
No, the answer I was looking for was hydrogen. If a man runs 7 miles with 2 buckets of water, how much?
Quartz.
No, 6 pints. Name one of the most advanced and reliable automatic washing machines you can buy. Time's up. The answer is quartz, from service. A great leap forward.
Hello. May I join you? Care to try this Matthias White? You probably won't have had it before. Cheers. Well?
Delicious. Just like last time, darling.
Ah, hello, Rosemary. Just checking. Some moments should only be shared with Matthias.
Now you've actually got a Schreiber and Hotpoint built-in kitchen, Felicity, tell us, what do you like about it most of all?
This is really quite the most... Oh, and just look at that. And all this is simply... Of course, this is the... What's more? And don't you think... Oh, now...
That's very good,
really,
Felicity.
That's
Thank you.
Isn't that? Just look at this.
Thank you, Felicity.
And how about... And this is...
That's wonderful.
But wait, who would have thought this is all...
Yes, thank you very much, Felicity. I think we've got the message.
This guy Lewis, Russ, the Houston coach, has had a lot of critics. Some people said that his job was in danger a couple of years ago, but he's written his way through it very well.
Yes, he has a team full of great athletes this year, and most of them are young. I think he has one senior on the starting lineup, and the rest are sophomores and juniors. But as far as for this game, NC State is starting to get a little nervous. They're doing things that they don't really have to do. They're fouling too much, and they're forcing up jump shots. When they can take their time, it's 3 minutes and 43 seconds, which is a lot of time. They have to play with more control.
It's difficult, though, with a team who like to build slowly. They're now 6 points down. They can't afford to waste too much time.
No, but they can't rush it either because they can't take it to Hakeem because he's sending it back.
So sideline possession to NC State. There's Sidney Lowe, the Queen. Lowe getting crashing away and then snarls at him as if to say, you dare get in my way again.
The Queen has got 4 fouls. Lowe hits a jumper, but a very important point is that Thurl Bailey has scored 15 first-half points and has not scored since. So you know when Houston teed on when they went into the locker room at halftime, it was Mr. Bailey.
And the foul there against Thurl Bailey. That's his first foul so far, but the team's 7th foul, and that brings Houston to the free throw line. This one-on-one business you don't see in England. First free throw's got to go in if he's going to have another. But Clyde Drexler, tremendous from the free throw line. 73% so far this season. 3 points only, but remember he's been off court. Foul trouble, up to 4.
And that's what makes a true championship team. Look at the anxiety in North Carolina State's bench. They can see the clock ticking away. But that's what makes the strength of a #1 team here in America. Drexler and Michaud have been off more than 20 minutes, or about 20 minutes, and Houston is still in the lead.
And look at Sidney Lowe shooting from 20-odd feet. The man who's not known for his shooting always beats Wittenberg. But suddenly things going well for him. 3 outside shots in the space of the last 4 minutes. Foul there against Lorenzo Charles, his 2nd foul. And he can't afford to foul at the moment. And Jim Valvano knows it, because again it's 1-on-1.
Well, it's a mixed decision. What you do is you stop the clock and you give him a chance to score 2 free throws or 2 points. But if you can actually track enough for just giving away 1, you're gaining strength on the clock and you're getting possession of the ball. If you can score when you get back down, you've picked up an actual point. The problem is fouling the wrong guy. You foul the right guy that time.
Yes, he did. And here comes Sidney Lowe, and the NC State supporters and the non-partisan supporters all around us willing the team on as the climax approaches. 2 minutes 39 seconds on the clock. 4 points is the difference, and still the difference as Akeem gets the rebound, but a poor throw, and back comes NC State. Wittenberg, it's there for him. 12 points, they're on their feet now. 2 minutes 20 left. 2 points to lead for Houston, the favorites. Clyde Drexler.
This is when we see who's made of steel.
Olajuwon, a clean up with him. He's missed it. And the rebound goes with Sidney Lowe. Wittenberg screaming for it at the far side. There he is in space. And there's the reaction. And there's Wittenberg. All concentration. The scores are leveled up. We're in the last 2 minutes. They're screaming all around the arena.
And this is when the final actually begins. 52 teams eliminated, 2 teams standing out, 140 left, tied score. Whose knees are buckling first?
Get it told by Coach Guy Lewis to slow it down. But that's what NC State wants. Here's Franklin. He's told to go for this to one shot.
That's a lot of time.
Look at the defense. Complete control. The larger one under the basket. Wittenberg gets the foul against him, his third foul. But a larger one has 2 people within 3 inches of him under the basket.
Now watch Alvin Franklin. He's going to the line. That's the 3rd foul on Wittenberg there. But Alvin Franklin's going to the line, and man, and there's some pressure on this shot. He knows it. You can see that Lewis can't bear to look. Bavano sees Buckley. Alvin, the pressure on him.
19 years old he is. And they've got it away. And the crowd willing NC State to come through here. 52 points apiece.
Now, Simon, I think we'll go for one shot. 49 seconds left. They're going to play a spread offense. Timeout. Wise call. Great call. Bavano coaching.
There he is, only in his 3rd year at top college level. And what a moment for him. 52 points apiece. Just 44 seconds left as Guy Lewis brings his troops in for one last effort.
He certainly looks good for a 60-year-old. Wonder if I know his heart is pumping right now. He's trying to explain what's going to take place. What happens if State takes the ball and tries to hold it for one shot? What type of defense is he explaining? Should there be a foul? If we foul and they score, how will we inbound the ball? We've got to get the ball up quickly. Who's going to take that shot? All momentous decisions that he's got to make.
A man who's been under tremendous pressure over the last few years as the side have not really done as well as the people had hoped. And there you see the bench of NC State as Valvano goes through his last routine. And my word, they've come through some matches. They won the first round against Pepperdine by 2 points. They beat Nevada, Las Vegas in the second round by 1 point, with Thurl Bailey scoring a basket with 3 seconds to play. The semi-final, they beat Utah by 1 point, and in the final of the West Zone, they beat Virginia, Ralph Sampson's team, by 1 point. So they know pressure.
That's why they call them the cardiac pack. I wouldn't want anyone's heart to give away today, but we've got 44 seconds here.
And the man they brought in, NC State, Terry Gannon. He's a terrific shooter. It'll take the pressure off Wittenberg, so they've got 2 real good outside shooters there.
Nice observation, Simon.
Wittenberg, Gannon, Low, watch for Wittenberg, 25 on the far side. Gannon, 24 in the middle. There's Gannon. The clock ticking away. 20 seconds left in the NCAA final. The scores are dead level. Bailey, Gannon, They're going for this final shot. Nearly a steal there from Clyde Drexler. 8 seconds left. There'll be one shot, and it'll come from this man, Wittenberg. They've done it. Charles. There is Valvano. The match is over, and NC State have won the NCAA tournament. Houston cannot believe it. They cannot believe it, nor can the crowd. They weren't ranked at the start of the season, but they've come all the way through, and they've won this fantastic NCAA final. Lorenzo Charles, the man who in those final seconds scored with the alley-oop. The ball from Wittenberg will hit the rebound. Charles came up, and there the distraught faces of the losers.
There are going to be a lot of tears in Houston tonight. But you got to give it to Coach Valvano. He really coached his team to this victory. Took advantage of every opportunity, had height deficiencies, speed deficiencies, but played to the strength of his team. Outside shooting and Thurl Bradley in the first half.
There's Olajuwon, who's got a great future in front of him, but he'll remember this day with great sadness. Although he should remember it with pride. He scored 20 points and countless rebounds, countless block shots.
And
here's the last basket.
The ball is out. It's a shot. Franklin almost stole the ball. Wittenberg throws up a jumper. Now watch Lorenzo. He follows purposely and slams it down.
And here, the traditional celebration as Cozell McQueen rises above the basket. There, Williams, who plays such an important part in the game, but in vain, watches.
Number one is North Carolina State for 1983 NCAA championship. Barely trying to get up there too soon.
He's tapping Cozell McQueen's feet. Tell him to come down. He wants to go up there at all as well. And they're passing the scissors up there. And this, the traditional close season, end of season antics as they cut away the basket. The basket, which just a couple of minutes ago saw them champions for only the second time in their history and the second time in 9 years.
All the emotion, work, bruises, bad ankles, expresses themselves at this moment. Everything that you've worked for all year long, all the abuse taken from coaches.
Pack power, says Cozell McQueen. North Carolina State, the Wolfpack. Power and brilliance has given it to them. And there, the players of the game, Derek Wittenberg from NC State and Hakeem Olajuwon from Houston. So the end of a marvelous, exciting match. An NCAA champions for 1983 are the unheralded Wolfpack from North Carolina State. From Albuquerque, from Miles, from Russ Saunders,